Welcome back to another lesson in metaphysics that science won't be able to prove for the next 100 years. You are a soul. You believe you're a body, however, what you really are is a tiny ball of light that has infinite potential expressing itself in the form of waves. When we measure or observe a photon in the double slit experiment, we send photons through double slits. When we observe them, they make a pattern that we can observe. However, when we're not observing them, this is the camera, by the way, when we're not observing them, they move in waves that look like this. And this is the infinite potential that's the reality of your soul. Now, your soul is also your awareness, and what you're aware of being is projected out into your reality through light waves, as we talked about before, and this is what creates the world that you live in. So your soul, which can be found in the center of your brain, your pineal gland, projects light outwards, which creates the world around you, and you can describe this as a hologram. Another way to look at this is as if you have an antenna. Let's just say you have a little antenna, and your antenna is broadcasting a frequency. And whatever frequency you're broadcasting through your thoughts, your words, and your actions is what will be seen in your personal hologram. So this is you looking out at the world, you're so cute, and broadcasting and creating the world that you live in. And this might seem a little bit heavy at first, because you might see that all that you're aware of feels heavy, or how could I have created this? It might feel something like this, where you're here and you have rocks piling on you, and this may be your health, money issues, relationships, this could be school, and whatever else you're thinking of. It might just feel like these are all rocks that are piling on you, and this is a heavy burden for your shoulders to bear. However, as above, so below, you're not only the one underneath all of the rocks, but you are actually the one placing the rocks on top of you. Now you can look at this as a form of empowerment. That's a little crown. Because you are the creator of your reality. And I know that can be a lot to digest at first, because it can feel like, how and what am I supposed to do about all of this? And what am I supposed to do about the world I created? It might feel very helpless. It might feel like it's unchangeable, and it might bring up just a lot of feelings of self-blame and self-worth and the way you perceive yourself. And I'm telling you, those thoughts that you're having right now about how you perceive the self are what's projecting all of those burdens into your reality. So you're not only capable of drawing in the negative, but you're also capable of drawing in the positive. And if you look at your life, you'll be able to find there are positive and negative realities and creations that have come into your life. So when you focus on the more positive, you'll receive more of the positive. When you focus on more of the negative, you'll receive more of the negative. So my goal is to help you understand how to condition your thoughts, how to identify your thoughts, and we're gonna start by just scanning our body. So this is you once again, and your beautiful body that you live in, but remember, you're not the body, you're the soul, and the soul is just light, the soul is just frequency. So you are able to project in and out from this tiny little ball of energy, and you project not only the world around you, but the body that you dwell in. So first I want you to start by scanning your body. You can close your eyes or take some deep breaths, and I just want you to recognize any tightness that you feel in your body and acknowledge where you're feeling it. If you feel it in multiple places, that's okay. You can do this for multiple places at once, but I'm gonna ask you to just start with the one that feels the most intense for you, and then if you need to come back and repeat it, please do that. So let's say you feel a pit in your stomach. This can be tied to shame or low self-worth. So now I want you to sit with that and try to recognize what is in this space. Go ahead and just place your hand over the area that you feel it and take some deep breaths there. Breathe in, breathe out, and just allow it to soften with your intention. And as you do this, just notice what thoughts are coming up for you. And even if it just softens a little bit, that's okay. It doesn't have to go away all at once. But our goal is to soften this so that we can neutralize it into a more positive experience, because this is how, if you watched my previous videos, we pour energy in and out of ourselves in the shape of a torus like this. And when our energy centers are all clear, this allows us to do that. So once you have softened every area in your body, this allows you to be more magnetic, to draw in more positive realities into your life. And you may notice as you start doing this, there are going to be things that come up in your reality that may almost try to test you in a way to see if you've truly shifted or not. And my best advice to you is to learn to be calm in the slower moments so that you can be calm in the more intense moments. Because if you have something small happen, let's say you get a bill that you weren't expecting, and you feel angry about it. If you can change that and just look at it as a more positive and say something like, I have enough, and then change your feeling to contentment, then this smaller issue won't hurt you as much. And when it's a bigger issue that comes, let's say you get into a fight with one of your loved ones and they're mad at you, and they're sending negative energy towards you. If you can be calm and content and centered, then you will remain in the field that you created, and it will repel the energy back to them and neutralize it. So this is our lesson for the day. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, please let me know.